Bleed your Talaria X3 brakes to perfection. First, get this Chamuxni or whatever thing from Amazon. It's like the best bleed kit. It's also like $15. This is also Chamuxi mineral oil. It's like really good stuff too. This is like probably $3. Next, you're gonna want to level this out so it's flat, like that. Then you're gonna want to unscrew this. It is very, very important to not lose the O-ring in there. This is the O-ring. If you lose it, your brakes will leak really, really bad. Next, you want to get this and tighten it as hard as you can. I recommend using some paper towels so you can get some good grip. Then you want to pop this thing on right in here. Pull this out so that when the fluid comes in, it can actually go in and this isn't stopping it. I forgot to mention, but put this in right in here before you actually unloosen this. I feel like it's pretty obvious since it's already there in the video, but you need this in to prevent your pistons from coming out if you accidentally pull the brake. Next, you're gonna want to unscrew this. It's gonna leak, so be careful. After you unscrew this, you're gonna want to find the thing that goes on here, which is the matching thread. I already have mine since I've done this before. And then you're gonna want to fill up your syringe with brake fluid. Next, you can kind of see that air bubble wiggling around there. You want to line that up with the hose and then slowly push it out, and all the air bubbles will come to float out. Notice the air bubbles. After those are out, clamp it down. That is very important. I forgot to mention, if your pistons are stuck and it's really hard to get them apart, I recommend using this tire iron, like any plastic tire iron or something, to wedge those pistons in between. If it still doesn't work, what I use is sometimes one side is work, so I would get this and I'd put it on the good side and I'd scoot it over to the other side and use this to pry it. If you can't get them out, it's pretty much impossible. I would just recommend either buying a completely different brake or buying a new caliper. Also, you really want to tighten this like really hard. Again, paper towel trick works like a charm because this is all oily and it's going to be super hard to do with just your fingers, and the paper towel really lets you get some grip on there. Next, you want to unclamp this. Then you're going to push evenly through this pretty slowly, and you'll see it all coming up to the top. And after that's done, make sure to clamp this down so that all the old fluid and air can't come back into here. Notice I clamped it down. This is all of my old fluid. Notice how that's not that bright red. That's because my fluid is pretty old. Next, you want to grab this and plug it in here like so. After that, you want to take them off. I don't really think there's an order, but after you take it off, put the original hardware back on it. If you don't know which one to do first, just do the top. That's what I did. Tighten that down pretty hard. Again, make sure you have the O-ring. If you do not have the O-ring, whenever you squeeze your brake out, or squeeze your brake, all the fluid's just going to come dripping down and come out. Then you want to tighten this down again, pretty hard, but not too hard, obviously. After that, you're going to want to take this back out and then spray everything down with brake cleaner. You can never use too much. You got to be safe. Spray down your rotor. I would recommend just using cloth. Spray down this. Spray down up here. Make sure there's absolutely no oil. Also, since you did pry your pistons apart, you're probably going to have new pads, because if you put your old worn down pads back in here, the pistons are going to be too far apart that when you squeeze, it's not even going to reach the rotor. And about the new pads, I'm just going to throw in some new pads since my old ones were again worn, and I just like to bleed my brakes usually when I'm changing my pads. Your hands are clean of any mineral oil or anything that you're touching, because if the pads get mineral oil on them, then your pads are literally fried. There's not really saving them unless you spray it down with some brake cleaner and sand them down, but again, it's not guaranteed. You got your pads in there and everything's finished, your brakes should actually be freaking dialed.